हेलो गाइस, आई होप एवरीबॉडी इज डूइंग गुड. राइट, सबको मेरी आवाज क्लियरली आ रही है. एंड tomorrow there's going to be an exam starting for August. Okay, we're going to be talking about your November 2024 exam, the FRM Level 1 exam. And the idea is that what should be your last 3-month strategy? Okay, what should be your last 3-month strategy to prepare for the exam? Okay, so if you can hear me properly, see me properly, give me a quick confirmation on chat. Give me a quick confirmation on chat. सबको मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है क्या? Okay, I hope everybody is able to hear me. सबको मेरी आवाज clearly सुनाई दे रही है. Let us start with the last 3-month strategy. So if I start picking up the timeline, and it is right now around 15th of August. Okay, roughly from 15th of August till we have 15th of September. Then we have 15th of October, and then the final exam date, which is going to be like the around 11th to 19th as date. Okay, so if you are preparing for the FRM exam, ideally till this point in time, okay, till this point in time you should be able to complete around uh, roughly around 15 chapters minimum. Okay, 15 chapters minimum. This should be your ideal situation, and this is I'm talking for students who have started their preparation late. Okay, somebody who has started the preparation in, say, for example, in June or May or April, they would have done around 20-25 chapters till now. Okay, so that is the idea. Now what ideally you should be doing, if you're done with 15 chapters, the initial 15 chapters, basically I share an Excel tracker in which there is an order of preparation. So I generally ask people to complete theory chapters across the book. Okay, and those theory chapters are easy to complete. So if you are able to complete those basic theory chapter also, then you can pick up the pace and complete the overall portion for your next 2.5 months, 3 months. Okay, so if I look at from 15th of August till 15th of September, your target should be to complete 20 more chapters. Okay, generally the 20 more chapters would be like derivatives related chapters. Okay, if you've already done that, that's good. There's no problem with that. So there is options related. There are 4 basic chapter. You have properties of option, option market, you have trading strategy, exotic option, introduction to derivative, and then you have option pricing also. You have option pricing, which basically talks about the your Black-Scholes model, Merton model, DSM model. Then you have option pricing, option Greeks, all of them. You should be able to complete all of these plus futures related chapters. Okay, what are the future related chapters? You have introduction to derivatives, then you have futures market, then you have pricing financial forwards and futures, and commodity forwards and futures. So so almost this is my 4 chapters. Okay, this is my 3 chapters, and this is my 4 chapters. Okay, so you should be able to complete the options related chapters, option pricing related chapter, and future related chapter in the first month itself, because that's a building block. Okay, I'll be addressing the queries also, so if you have query, please put it on chat. I'll address it in between. Once you're done with these chapters, okay, then ideally you should be picking up book 2. Okay, and book 2, do all the chapters in a particular order except the machine learning chapters. Okay, so roughly there are like 12-13 chapters over there. Okay, so by end of September, 15th of September, you would have completed these chapters, roughly around 8-11 chapters. Okay, and 8-9 chapters from book 2. That should be a good pace of preparing for the exam. Okay, next, once you're reached your 15th of September, so from 15th of September till 15th of October, okay, what should be your overall strategy? So over here you should be again trying to complete, okay, roughly 20 more chapters. Okay, now over here the remaining chapters of your book 2, a remaining chapter of your book 2 should be completed, all 3-4 chapters. Don't do the machine learning immediately, you can do it later. Once you're done with that, go to bond valuation, or basically the basics of bond. Okay, so that is bond valuation related chapters. Okay, bond valuation related chapters, and these chapters are your properties of interest rate, pricing convention chapter from book 4. Then you have interest rate chapter from book 4. Then you have bond yield and returns chapter from book 4. And then there is one more chapter in book 3, which is your interest rate futures. Okay, so roughly for bond valuation you have 5 chapters. Okay, 3 chapters from your book 4. Okay, and 2 chapters from your book 3. Okay, 3 chapters from 4 chapters from 3 chapters from book 4, and roughly 2 chapters from your book 3. Okay, interest rate, properties of interest rate and interest rate futures. Once you're done with bond valuation, okay, then you should be looking at bond hedging. Okay, there are 2 chapters related to it, and the chapters are basically applying dv0 and duration and convexity, and then there is modeling non-parallel shift. Okay, these are from directly your book 4. Okay, 4th book. Okay, so roughly you have completed 5, then 2, 7, and I think so around 3-4 chapters from this. So roughly 11 chapters. Once you're done till this, because you have to complete 20 chapters and you have to solve also. Make sure that you only solve on weekends. On weekdays you complete the chapter, solve on weekend, because this will give you some gap also in between your preparation. So that will enhance your chances of clearing the exam. Okay, so once you're done with this bond hedging, okay, you can look at there is a chapter on modern portfolio theory. So there are 2 chapters related to portfolio management. What are these 2 chapters? These are from book 1. Okay, this is nothing but your modern portfolio theory and arbitrage pricing theory, both of them together. Once you're done with these 3 chapters, there are basically certain chapter related to MBS and credit crisis. So there are 3 chapters related to it. Okay, so one is from book 3. This is last chapter, second last chapter of your book 3, MBS, mortgage and mortgage backed security. Then there are 2 chapters from book 1. Okay, what are these 2 chapters explicitly talking about? 2 chapters over here are your anatomy of the great financial crisis and the credit risk transfer mechanism. So these 2 chapters you have to do in sync. So first you have to do mortgage and mortgage backed security, then come to anatomy of great financial crisis. You will be able to connect faster, and then come to your credit risk transfer market or credit risk transfer mechanism. So these 3 chapters you have to complete. Once you're done with this, you can go to VAR chapter. Okay, there are 3 chapters for it. These are nothing but the first 3 chapters of your book 4. Okay, measure of financial risk, then you have measuring volatility something chapter. There's one more chapter, 3 chapters basically. Okay, first 3 chapters of your book 4 VAR related chapter, they're important chapters. So you have to make sure that you are comfortable in those chapters also. I'll just quickly take a look at the name of these chapter: measure of financial risk, calculating and applying VAR, and measuring and monitoring volatility. Okay, I'll be addressing the queries also in between, but let me just complete this. So overall we should be able to complete this 20 chapters in this part in the last 15 days. That means from 15th of October, okay, from 15th of October till the end of October, the last 15 days of October, try to complete. I think so you'll be left with only 7-8 chapters. Okay, 7 to 8 chapters. I don't know the exact number, but there are chapters like measuring a credit risk. Then there is stress testing related chapter, smaller chapters. Just complete that in the next 7-8 chapters in that day, and then from here, from 1st of October till your exam date. Okay, if you have very less time, then do 2 mocks. Okay, both the mocks should be your GAP sample paper, and you should be doing a proper analysis of all the GARP sample paper properly. Okay, that means you have to look at the concepts, which concept it is. If suppose there is a formula based question, okay, check the concept and understand the theory also, because if it is given as a calculation based question, it can be asked as a theory also in the exam. So don't just only remember the formula. Okay, and then obviously do your final 1 or 2 days revision before the actual exam date, and then go for it. Okay, this is just a rough structure, assuming that somebody who is standing on 15th of April, 15th of August, has already completed 15 chapters minimum, and then he is going ahead. That is what the strategy should look like. Now, answering to the query which Aditya has asked, FRM Level 1 book for important concepts. Concepts, there is one more video which we have already added. I think so I added that for May exam. Okay, it is there on my YouTube channel. You can check that, where I've taken a live session and talked about all the important concepts from the entire treasure book. Okay, Aditya, so you can take care of that. Any other queries till this point? Any other queries? Right? So in that chapter, I have gone page by page. I've gone page in that video. I've gone page by page, talking about which concept is important. Mark it as star also, so that you can just focus on those concepts. Okay, so this is just a broad overview of how exactly you should be planning for the next 3 months. Okay, if you want an Excel tracker which will help you to prepare, I can share that. You can reach us on our number, which is this, and we can share that Excel tracker. It's 9819137880. How many mocks should I solve? Are 3 GARP mocks enough? So one of the GARP mock that you're talking about is a paid mock. Okay, so 3 GARP mocks are enough. That's not a problem as such. Okay, these 3 GARP mocks. Okay, the only thing is, when you solve these GARP mocks, the main point that you have to look at is, see, there are like 100 and 300 questions. Now these 300 questions will ideally come from, say, around 250 concepts. So your aim should be that whenever you are solving these mocks, your aim should be that I'm covering those 250 concepts properly again. So there should be, if any question comes from those 250 concepts, I should not be making any mistake. That should be your thought process. Okay, that should be your thought process. Okay, so that is the ideal thing. Aditya, it is there on my YouTube channel. You'll have to do some search. That's basically about important concepts for FRM Level 1. Okay, any other queries, guys, if you have? Anything related to your preparation or anything? There's also Maha revision videos which are available on my YouTube channel if you want to access that. Last day priority should be only read, look at important concepts, look at formulas. Do not do anything new. Okay, if you're going for August exam, do not do anything new. It will not make any more difference as such. Okay, focus on what you've already completed, so that should help you to prepare properly. Right, for November exam students, we also have Maha revision videos available on our YouTube part. You can go and access that. Any other queries, guys? Any other question that is there in your mind? Aditya, I have added the link of the video, important concept video, on the chat section. You can access it. Okay, since there are some calculations on book 2 and book 4, will a month preparation be sufficient, or should I select important concepts? See, first of all, you should make sure that you cover the entire book 2 and book 4 properly once, because then only you will get the confidence. Once you are done the covering properly, then if you want only focus on important concept, that is okay. okay, but at least one reading has to happen, okay, from my perspective. Any other queries? I've also shared the important concept video which is available on our YouTube channel. Okay, in case you need crash course for your preparation, that is there in my website, you can access that also. Okay, I've done a proper Maha revision, which is more faster version of my crash course, available on the YouTube channel also, which you can access over there. All good. Further, similarly, I've created some important concepts, important chapters section, which I'm adding in the chat section, which is on my website, some free resources which are available. You can access that also. Okay. Any other queries, guys? Okay, for the November exam, how many chapters have you guys completed till now? When I'm saying chapters completed, reading, or if you're watching the video and then solving the question bank, how many chapters you have completed till now? Guys? How many chapters you guys have completed for November exam? If you have started the preparation, see, ideally you should be done till now at least 10-15 chapters minimum, because then you have a good chance of completing things by October end and going for the exam. Okay, if you have already completed 25-30 chapters, that is good enough. Okay, that means you're in a good space, but make sure that you solve a lot of question bank. Okay, you need to solve a good amount of question bank. That will give you confidence in terms of the concepts, because a lot of students prepare on their own. Okay, when you're preparing, you feel that you know the chapter, but the moment you start solving, you realize your concepts are not clear. So make sure that you solve the question bank. Okay, so this is where I'm going to stop the session. So thank you very much, guys, for joining in. If you have any query, you can reach us on our WhatsApp number also. We'll try to help you out as much as possible. Okay, so thank you very much, guys.